All right. Okay. This is a very quick update because I got to go and I'm kind of on a break at the moment. Interesting. Looks like sort of the major stocks. I haven't got all seven of the Mag 7 there, but could be setting up for a island reversal here. So if we gap down again tomorrow, um, that could show quite a bit more downside. Um, Nvidia itself is basically still ruling everything at the moment. The really interesting thing is the equal weight S&P 500 has actually bounced off the mid band of these Bollinger's here. Could just be a little retest of the 50 moving average coming up. But yeah, it's certainly bucking the trend of the actual S&P 500. Um, that's a pretty bearish close too, I would think. Might be choppy on the way down, but to me, that's suggesting that we probably could at least get to that 516 on the SPY. um, yeah, it's looking fairly bearish. I mean, you'd almost expect it to come back down to this EMA here too, the 41.46. I think that's a reasonable level. You'd probably want to watch the reactions at 5200, but yeah, it's not looking great. In terms of the Nasdaq, similar sort of thing. Um, it seems to have come down a bit further, probably down to the 100 moving average in the last drop. Whether we get there or not, that 1800 is going to be a pretty critical level, I would think. A little bit above that. Um, Dixie's dropping, which will have helped Bitcoin's little pump. The VIX looks like it's coming back down after hitting roughly that 200 moving average, but it was an interesting market while I was sleeping by the look of it. TLTs are coming back up a little bit. Bonds still weak. High yield come back up a little bit. Probably into some critical moving averages there though. Not that it always respects the moving averages, but pretty close. Copper is still down. That's a pretty bearish candle. You would expect it to come at least down to that 4.5 that we mentioned the other day. Gold sort of, well, that's some stopping volume there. It's interesting. May still get down to 2300, but it's looking all right. All right, on to yields. Yeah, still don't worry about all the trade stuff. That's a different thing. I'm actually not on my normal computer. That's why my charts don't have all my normal um, indicators on there. ASX, decent bounce on the ASX yesterday, but still, it's almost just a retest. Um, didn't reclaim that previous candle, so we'll see. We will see. Interesting. Doesn't seem like the markets have reacted to Trump getting uh, convicted. Uh, so yeah, Bitcoin, interesting bounce sort of off this 20 moving average here. Um, quite a volatile candle. I would suggest it's probably still heading down a bit more. I'd like to see a decent retest of this volume area here. I would prefer to see it come back into the 65.5 as well, at 50 EMA. If we saw that, I'd be a little bit more confident about a bounce from there, but um, I don't think today it will reach anywhere near 70 because of the options expiries that are at the 70k level. There's about $6.5 billion worth of options that are probably going to expire worthless, I think. And yeah, that's not a super strong up candle. It's probably going to close um, below the previous day's candle. So still choppy, but again, don't worry about them. Yeah, that's a pretty decent volume candle to come down and retest those levels. But obviously it's hasn't really followed through, at least on the 15 minutes. So whenever I don't see follow through on that sort of volume, it gets a little bit concerning, especially after it's had a fair bit of volume in the lead up to it. But it looks like it's still trying to break through those moving averages there on the 15 minute. So we'll see how that goes. But I would expect overall the next day is probably going to be negative. It did surprise me when I saw just how negative most of the S&P and the Nasdaq were, and then to see Bitcoin actually not be that negative. But anyway, bouncy, choppy, undecided, scared market at the moment, I think. Solana's just gone pretty well sideways, a bit of chop. Some pretty decent moves there, though, really. Would have been good to be in on a couple. Yeah. Um, Volume on the daily, I just want to have a quick look at that. So yeah, we're still not nothing to write home about on the volume either, which suggests we are going down more. To me, anyway, that's the way I'm looking at it. So not financial advice, um, just the way I'm looking at the market. All right, cheers, guys.